Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Thank you guys very much for being here today. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody is doing well. We are going to go to Orgrimmar. We're going to turn in the Admiral's orders, and then I think we're going to head over to Tirisfal Glades. We are going to start a little bit of zone hopping. Get that going early. Alan, Buffalo Bill, John, Ivan, Be Sad Dog, Patrick, welcome guys. Thank you all very much for being here. We have someone at the house doing some work this morning, so my dog is going to be loud. So for the next like 15 minutes here, while that is being done, I am going to mostly be on mute. Yeah, you know, the more that I play Turtle WoW, the more I see exactly why Blizzard is never going to make a Classic Plus. Because, like, at this point, what can they do? Besides almost exactly copy what the Turtle WoW devs have done, there's really not a lot they can do to make the kind of Classic Plus that I would want. Because someone's already done it. So it kind of makes perfect sense why they do things like Season of Discovery, Season of Mastery, instead of trying to work on Classic Plus. Because best case scenario, they do a decent job and people just complain that they have just copied Turtle WoW. Worst case scenario, they don't do as good of a job and people bash them for not being able to do as good of a job as like private human beings who don't work for Blizzard. Like it's a no-win situation. It's really kind of messed up. When you think about it, like basically the existence of Turtle WoW precludes Blizzard from ever taking a shot at Classic Plus. They've had so much more time to grow their game. They've had so much more time to add content to their Classic Plus. And for Blizzard to try to get into that arena now, they're just going to get bashed no matter what they do. Either it's going to be good because they're basically going to do like the exact same things, or it's not going to be as good and they're going to get slammed for that. So like it's a no-win situation. There's absolutely no way that Blizzard will ever try to do a Classic Plus. Not in the way that we want. Not in the way that we want. It's messed up. Yeah, they don't have the right people, but that's not even what it's about anymore. Even if they hired all the right people right now today, it doesn't matter. Like, Turtle WoW has had so much time. Like, Turtle WoW probably didn't start off awesome either. Probably started off as a fresh start private server where they made some changes. And then obviously they grew that over time to the point where they made entire zones, entire 5-mans, new races, new quests. And so for Blizzard to come in and do that, either they have to just copy what's already been done, or they have to take a different stab at what's already been done. You know, or they have to do something completely different. Either way, they don't win. There's no scenario where they come out on top of it. So like, why even try to do it? No one's gonna like it no matter what. If Blizzard tries to do Classic Plus, no one's gonna like it no matter what they do. It's either not going to be good enough, or it's going to be them copying off of Turtle WoW. Because that's what Turtle WoW did. They went into the zones, they added quests, they completed some of the storylines, they fleshed out a lot of the stories. You know, they made up some new zones. It's all the stuff that we would want Blizzard to do. So they're never going to do it. It makes more and more sense. Like, the more I play Turtle WoW, the more sense it makes that they would kind of like stay away from even trying to do it. And it's a shame, but it makes perfect sense. It's ironic, but it's also just kind of sad.
Loktar, be safe. Loktar, friend. What is it you wish?
And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why they don't care about going after the server and having it shut down. Is they realize, like, they're not going to do Classic Plus. So they might as well just let the server exist. Because it's not competing with anything that they're ever actually going to do. Alright, we're heading over to Tirisfal Glades. And do some questing in the undead areas. A couple of little bits of housekeeping. I worked on a little bit of leatherworking this morning with some of the materials that I sent over from my alt. From my bank alt. I also grabbed first aid, and I worked on a little bit of first aid, so we have that going now. I did a little tiny smidge of cooking. And that's about it. Someone gave me bags that I don't need. I should probably just mail these to my bank alt. I also probably shouldn't really be walking around with this much gold, but you know, it's okay for now, I guess. Maybe I'll send back a little bit of it to my bank alt along with the bags that I don't need. Marson, good morning, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Obesia, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Mark, welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Esme, Robert, good morning, good afternoon to you. Welcome. Are people still raiding in Hardcore WoW? I have no idea. I'm in a guild, but I haven't seen people going out for raids or whatever, so... I mean, I'm assuming there are some people doing it, but probably not very many. See how many 60s we have online. We got 29 60s. At 11:43 in the morning on a Thursday, that's not bad. It doesn't look like any of them are raiding. So, probably not. Like hardcore raiding is for viewership. Like if you're not streaming it, then raiding in hardcore is like ultimately kind of pointless, in my opinion. Yeah, market is pretty cool. Yeah, it's basically Classic Plus. It's the Classic Plus that we'll never officially get from Blizz because somebody else has already done it. Like, the biggest reason, like, I'm really happy to be playing on that server now. Because now I can literally stop waiting for Classic Plus. Like, I can let go of the idea that at any point in the future that Blizzard is ever going to do anything similar to that. Because it already exists. People already made it. And they're not going to remake it, and they're not going to try to copy it. They're just not going to do it. And so I can finally just let it go. I can either just enjoy the offerings that actually exist, or I can go play something else. Because yeah, I can finally stop waiting for Classic Plus. I dare you to duel another player. I dare you to duel another player. But in real life, on the streets. What talent tree are we going with? We're going with enhancements. We're gonna do two-handed enhancement spec. Oh, I'll stand where I want. Being a TWoW player has a detriment of some sorts, though. I mean, yeah, like, it's a detriment in the sense that, like, you're playing a version of the game that you wish was official, but it's not official. And it never will be official. And I think, like, you just have to let that go. Yeah. And it's the thing, it's like, I'm gonna do one playthrough of Turtle WoW. It's not a place where I'm gonna live forever. Like, that's really obvious to me. It's a really nice experience to see, like, because it's fan fiction, right? It's basically fan fiction, and fan fiction can be super enjoyable. But ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter what else, fan fiction is still fan fiction. And it's only going to do so much for you at the end of the day. I'm going to have a really good time on the one character. I'm going to see everything that I can see on the mage. And that's probably going to be my foray into it. It's not going to be something that I do forever. Like, it's just kind of the nature of it. I'm never going to be a person that cancels my sub and becomes like a Turtle WoW player. Like, part of that is because I enjoy other versions of WoW. Like, I really enjoy retail. I still enjoy Classic era. I'll probably still play Mist of Pandaria Classic when it comes out, unfortunately. So, like, I'm never going to be that person that cancels their sub, only plays TWoW. Like, that's never going to happen. Because ultimately, as good as the experience is, all the cool stuff they do, it's like reading fan fiction. Yeah, oh, I'm sure I'm missing stuff. I'm just like, to me, part of it is just I just want to see like everything I get to see, and if I miss stuff, like that's fine. And like, people will let me know in comments if I miss too much stuff, but I'm fine with it. Like I said, I'm just gonna have a leveling experience with it. I'm gonna explore a little bit. We're gonna see what we can see, and that's gonna be it. 1 second, guys. We have someone at the house looking at the AC unit. Good old AC unit. So my dogs are being stupid. It's probably going to continue for a little while longer. We are going this way. Mr. Santa, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome. I guess I could have fallen. I wasn't really thinking about fall damage or worrying about it very much. I was just jumping around, as one does.
Speak quickly. Goodbye. Beware the living.
I'm listening.
What would you ask of death? Hello. Victory for Sylvanas. Speak quickly. Beware. Our enemy is abound.
You found the video where my level 39 Pally died? It was painful to watch. Yeah, it was painful to live through. Absolutely. Yeah, it's easy to let your brain make up like what an icon is. And then you just believe that's what the icon is for the next like 20 years. Like on the hunter, the little face on the hunter that tells you whether your pet is happy, whether he's medium, or whether he's angry. I used to see that as a frog. And I saw it as a frog's face for like 20 years. But it's not really a frog. It's just a face. Sorry guys, like I said, we have someone here working on the central air, working on the furnace, so my dogs are going crazy. I'm just trying to ride out mute and see if this is going to be something that resolves itself in the next like 10 to 15 minutes, or if this is something that the work is going to go on for several hours. So yeah, sorry I'm missing some of you guys who are coming in. Karen, good evening to you. Giant, thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. Zenkai, welcome. But yeah, I'm riding mute right now because my dogs are going nuts and there's commotion in the house. Like it's basically like a shit show here right now. Had I known this was going to be going on this morning, I probably would not have streamed today. But I'm going to try to stick it out for a little bit and see exactly what the timetable is on getting this done. Alright. Maybe my dog is done being a fucking lunatic. Welcome to everybody that I missed. It's kind of a messed up morning. We were having problems with the central air last night. It's been sounding ragged for a while now, and then it wasn't kicking on for a little while last night. Finally we got it to turn on. It's just been sounding really rough, so this morning we have somebody out looking at it. And like, we have probably one of the worst animals in existence, so anytime somebody has to come to the house to look at something, it's just non-stop barking, non-stop noise, non-stop lunacy. And nothing makes me more anxious and like more miserable than just having to hear noise. Constant barking. Like it literally starts to drive me crazy. And yeah, like my blood pressure is probably really high right now, like dangerous levels of blood pressure. Here, let me drink more coffee, that'll help. So yeah, it's a bit of a rough morning, and because of that, I've just been sitting on mute for most of the time. It sounds like he's calmed down. I don't know if that means that the technician is gone, or that the work is done, or maybe not, but it seems a little bit more calm right now. No, see, that's not what it is. Like, when a noise makes sense, and when a noise is necessary, it doesn't bother me. When I know what a noise is, and when the noise is necessary, it doesn't bother me. When the noise is persistent, uncalled for, out of place, out of my control, that's when it starts to really bother me. Like a dog barking non-stop for, oh, it's been 25 minutes. It's been 25 minutes that the dog has been locked in the upstairs bedroom just barking non-stop. It's that kind of noise that bothers me. If the noise is happening for a reason and the noise is eventually going to stop, then that's fine. I don't care. But it's shit like this that really drives me crazy. Like, you would think, like, as a dog, like, you'd bark for a while, and then eventually you'd think you'd shut the up and you would just calm down. Not my dog. My dog will bark non-stop for hours at a time. As long as there's someone here, he will just keep barking. There will be no stopping. You'd think he'd lose his voice. Do dogs lose their voice? They should lose their voice. Any creature that makes this much noise should pay a physical price for it. I hope he loses his voice. Hey, Amy says, they think it was never installed correctly. What did I say? What did I say? I said, I listened to that noise and I said, that's not right. That's not the noise it's supposed to be making. I'll tell you, like, the worst thing about being me is I know when shit's not right. Every time shit's not right, I know it right away. Every time there's like bad news, like I know what the bad news is right away. And when that happens, like you start to be known as like a negative asshole. Because you go through your life saying, hey, this bad thing's gonna happen, hey, this is gonna happen, hey, this isn't right, hey, this is effed up. You go through your life, like you call out these things that are very obvious to you, but they're not obvious to anybody else. And so what happens is you start to gain a reputation as like a negative person, because you see the shit that's gonna happen before the shit happens. And that's been like the story of my entire adult life. Like, I see the bad shit that's gonna happen before it happens. I know when things are effed up before anybody else acknowledges that they're effed up. And because of that, like, I'm often just viewed as like a negative asshole. But like, I'm basically always right. If I speak up and I say, hey, this thing here isn't good and it's gonna get worse, like, I'm basically always right. It's just, it's an awful way to exist. I sometimes wish I was just ignorant to things, had no idea what was going on, and then like I wouldn't bring things up, I wouldn't call things out, and then I wouldn't be viewed as this like negative person. But this is what always happens. Yeah, like basically this, like a year ago we had the AC unit replaced at the house because it had died completely, and they very quickly put in this very cheap central air unit, and they did it like really quick. And then this year it's just been making like this awful noise. After the first couple days we had it on, it's just been making this really loud buzzing sound. And I go for walks in my neighborhood every single night, so I get to hear the sound of everybody else's central air unit. And so, you know, I've been sitting here like, you know, this noise isn't right. This is not a good noise for it to make. This noise indicates a problem to happen in the future. And yeah, and then here we are, months later, it's the future, and the noise is a problem. It turns out that they didn't install it correctly to begin with. Like, big surprise. I wish I could be right about, like, positive things. It's just that positive things don't often happen. So there's never anything to call out. The positive thing is WoW still exists. Fair. Yeah. That's about it. It's about the only avenue of life where, like, ultimately things don't always go wrong. Because every facet of, like, normal life, eventually shit's just wrong. Eventually entropy takes its toll on every physical object. And there's really nothing you can do about it. There's no stopping entropy. Eventually chaos breaks down all functioning things. Yeah, it was installed new. I guess he thinks it was installed incorrectly. Which I believe. It was a hack job. It was probably the cheapest unit they could, and like by the size of the unit, it's not even big enough for the square footage in the house. But it was just what they happened to be able to put in when the old one had died. We went half a summer without any AC, and then we got the new one put in. And it worked fine for the few months that we used it last year. And then again, like as soon as we turned it on this year, it was just making like a horrible, like just a rattling noise, just constantly this rattling noise. The kind of noise that you don't want any machine to make. Especially a machine that you're relying on so that you can literally survive the heat of the summer. Like you really don't want to have to like hear it making this noise. And that's the noise it's been making for the past couple months. And now we find out like maybe it was never installed correctly. Who knows what the fix is to that? I guess the fix to that is like uninstall the whole fucking thing and reinstall the whole thing. Maybe now we just need a new thing again. Maybe we're going to be sitting here waiting for weeks to authorize them to put in a new unit. Like who knows? It's just one thing after another. Yep, it's just one thing after another. After the AC gets fixed, it'll be something else that breaks. It'll be something. It'll be the car will stop working. All the noises I've been talking about that the car is making, that the car shouldn't be making, that'll be what breaks next. Just one thing after the next. It gets pretty fucking boring. I'm not gonna bother grabbing this. I think it's just a breadcrumb to take us to the inn. Deaths in the family. I don't think I want to do that right now. Let's just head back to town and we'll take care of everything closer to town. Putrid Claws, we can finish that one up. I thought we should have had a quest for, like, Scarlet guys over this way, but maybe that's a follow-up to the one we just did. Morning, guys. I've missed a lot of you. I've been distracted. I've been complaining. And I've been distracted. I appreciate you guys being here today. You're right. Yeah, that's the kind of day that it is.
What is it? Embrace the shadow. Watch your back. The dead shall serve, the shadows beckon.
That better be good. Dark Lady, watch over you. Remember, patience, discipline.
Alright, we unlocked our talent trees. We're gonna go into enhancement, I guess right away, like, I guess we're just gonna do maximum mana increased. We're eventually gonna do two-handed weapons, so I'm not gonna bother going into shield specialization. We're gonna go here, and then maybe Thundering Strikes.
I am forsaken. Trust no one. What now? Farewell.
My quest log is full.
Forsaken.
Speak quickly. Beware the I haven't got all day. Do not seek death.
Guitar Junkie, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Looks like we've got a Forsaken Priest over here. Aaron, that's a long email, buddy. That sounds like a doozy. You should think about ChatGPT. We've been pretty mana efficient so far, but eventually I'm probably going to want to have some water. Right now, we have no water. We do have mana potions, though. I do have a pile of mana potions. Could probably just be popping those anytime I'm low on mana. Alright, I think the last little bit of what we'll do here for now is we'll head to the north and we'll collect the Doomweed. We might have to fight a few of the gnolls in order to do that. And then after that's done, we'll go back to Durotar. And we'll probably head down to the Echo Isles. And then we might just finish, like, basically everything in Durotar before we come back here, depending on what levels we hit.
I have exactly what you need. Trust no one.
What would you ask of death? Remember, patience, discipline. Speak quickly. Beware the living. Beware, our enemy is abound.
Maybe we should just do the kill quest while we're up here. So I think we're gonna have to fight these guys anyhow. So maybe we should just work on that while we're at it. I really would like to train level 10 though. Unfortunately, we can't do that here. We have to be back in Duratar to do that. Why are you getting IKEA ads during a WoW stream? So you can get a snazzy new desk to support your rig while you play WoW. While you sit in an ergonomic chair purchased at IKEA. It's pretty obvious. While you're shopping at IKEA, get me a desk too, okay? I'm at like a child's desk. It'd be nice to have a real big boy desk. You wish your $70 a month of YouTube TV came with YouTube Premium? Yeah, but then they couldn't get $14 more a month out of you. Like, why would they miss that opportunity? I have YouTube TV too, and we pay for the frickin' NFL Sunday ticket, which is another $1 billion a year. kind of gruesome, actually. I want to like, I want to have a year where we just don't have any subscriptions, and just like, and then we'll probably have like thousands of more dollars that year, and not be like perpetually broke as shit. I'm convinced it's all the subscriptions that just make people constantly broke. It's like hundreds of dollars a month that just disappears. Half of the services you use, half of them you don't. Trying to get better at like canceling ones we don't use, but I just want to cancel all of them. Alright, we need a bunch of mongrels. I think the mongrels are mainly going to be in the field over here, so let's go investigate the field. Guitar Junkie, if you subbed to, if you were with DirecTV for the NFL package, there was a big settlement about that recently. Yeah, the NFL had to pay out a shit ton of money because of like how they handled that. I don't really know all the specifics of it. It's basically like an entertainment monopoly though, is what they have going on. You might get a check in the mail eventually. It'll probably be like a couple pennies because they have to split whatever money they get between the millions of people who paid for it. But you might get like a 25-cent check in the mail someday from the class action lawsuit. NFL ticket's a fucking scam, but if you want to watch like any out-of-market games at all, you basically have to have it. The reason it's a scam is even when you pay for the NFL ticket, which is a gross amount of money per year, you still don't get access to all the NFL games. Because now you have shit that's exclusive on different streaming services. You have games that are only on Prime TV. You have games that are only on Peacock. You have games that are only on Paramount. Like, you still have to have subs to all these other streaming services if you actually want to watch every game. So it's a big old scam. You wonder if the check will be worth more than the postage? I wouldn't bank on it. You think the payout checks are supposed to be several $1,000s? Not to individuals, it won't be. It won't be. It never is. It might be bigger than a couple pennies. But I don't think it's going to be several $1,000s per payout check. Listen to this. Like, even when corporations like the NFL lose, they still win. Like, a corporation in this country is never going to lose big enough to pay individual people thousands of dollars. It just doesn't happen. Because the people who are in charge of corporations, especially corporations as large as the NFL, and yes, the NFL is a corporation, those people they run the country. They run the country. They have sway over making all the rules. And nothing's ever going to happen to, like, actually harm them or to benefit other people more. Yeah, like I said, even with YouTube's version, you're still not getting all the games. And the crappy thing is there are playoff games that you have to have Peacock or you have to have Paramount because they own some of the playoff games. Not to mention the fact that, like, Amazon owned all Thursday night games. So you're paying like $400 a year for the Sunday ticket, but you're not getting access to all the games. Not by a long shot. The only reason we pay for it is because we watch the Chiefs, but now we live in Michigan. And so if we don't have the Sunday ticket, most of the time during regular season, we won't get broadcast the Chiefs game. So that's the only reason we pay for it. We pay for it to watch our favorite team. I mean, I watch every game that I can, but I would be fine just watching the stuff that was televised. Yeah, capitalism at its finest, right? Yep. Oh, we share our accounts too, but unfortunately everybody uses our account. So we pay for all the shit, and then other people use it. Like, I never thought as an adult I'd have to pay for my mom's cable TV habits. It's kind of ludicrous. When, like, if you live long enough as an adult to see your parents basically become your child, it's kind of shitty. That was a resist. Like, we didn't need to have that resist right there. That was probably like the worst time to resist. I think we're good though. We dropped one of the guys. I have sticky glue. We could use really sticky glue if we need to do that. But it looks like we're good. I'm just gonna kill this guy while I'm here. We got somebody who wants a group. Maybe they need this guy too. Drop a little totem. Patrick, thanks so much, man, for the 10 gifted memberships. That is incredibly generous, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 10 new people. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out with me on this morose Thursday. It's a very morose Thursday. But I appreciate you guys all being here. I'm clearly not in, like, the highest of spirits today. So I apologize. It's been an unexpectedly crappy start to Thursday. Do I want to go after the Murlocs? Not particularly. I think I'm satisfied with our progress here. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think we're going to turn these in. And then I think we're going to head back to Duratar. We still have our Hearthstone set at Razor Hill, so I'll be able to Hearth back. We can train level 10 and we can go from there. It's probably time to do stuff down in the Echo Isles. Rome, thanks so much for the membership, man. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us today. I appreciate that. Instead of getting like random scam text messages now, like trying to get me to like click on something, I'm getting like random political text messages. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, how would you rate President Donald Trump? I didn't know we had a President Donald Trump. I thought we still had a President Joe Biden. It's hard to rate somebody on president who's not actually president right now. It's a weird one.
What does the shadow will?
I want to make my phone operate on like a whitelist so that the only communications that I can receive from anybody on the planet are the numbers that I put on that list. And so nobody else can ever contact me about anything. Besides like emergency services, like if there's like an Amber Alert or something, then obviously like I want to get that message. But I just want to block everything else besides the numbers that I like specifically allow. Answer this text with your opinion. You will receive a second vote in the elections. That sounds good. 2 votes. Mike and Mike. Good morning, the Mikes. Appreciate you guys being here.
Our time will come.
Now you must fight to the death.
Trust no one.
Alright, yeah, we're done here. We have the Prodigal Lich. This is a lot of running around. It's a lot of running back and forth. Like, I don't know if I'm even gonna do this quest. So yeah, let's hearth back to Duratar. And we'll go from there. Settings, phone, silence unknown callers. It works to stop some of it. Yeah, I'm sure, like, it'll probably get some of it, yeah. I just don't want anybody to be able to contact me for any reason. The only person that ever needs to contact me is my wife. There's really no one else I need to hear from. You'd probably lose, yeah. Yeah, Mike has the ban hammer, so you would probably lose, that's true.
Speak, friend.
Oh god, the Call of Fire quest.
For the Horde. Go
Yeah.
forth to victory.
This one, like, I typically put this off for a long time. It's not gonna make people very happy. Flame Shock, that's nice. Flame Shock rank 1, Flame Tongue weapon, don't need that. Strength of Earth totem, probably never gonna use
Be
that.
safe.
And there we go, that's level 10. Flame Shock I might use. I forget, if I use Flame Shock, that puts Earth Shock on cooldown too, doesn't it? Like, I can't use them like back to back or anything. Subscribers only. Yeah, like, I wish you could just set it to like people in my contact list, I guess would be like a good setting. Like, just only allow people to contact me who are in my contact list. And the other thing is this. I don't, it's not that I just don't want the phone to ring. I don't want them to be able to contact me in any way. I don't want them to be able to dial the number. I don't want them to get to my voicemail. I don't want them to be able to send me a text message. Like, I don't want them to, I want it to be like, for the people that are not in my contact list, it's like I don't even exist. They plug the number into the computer makes a screeching noise, and then it gives up and dials the next number. Like, I don't want it going to my voicemail. I don't want a text message. I don't want any of it. I'm so sick of it. Alright, what are we doing here? We're going after gnomish tools. Okay, we can do gnomish tools, and we'll do gnomish tools, and we'll kind of work our way down the coast. And we'll head back to Sen'jin Village, and then I think I'm just gonna do everything on the Echo Isles all in one go, and just get it over with, and be done with it. You always get emails. I never check my email anymore. Ever since I stopped working in corporate America, I just have stopped checking emails. The only time I go into an email is if I need to like set up a new account for something, or if I had to do like a password reset. Otherwise, I might as well not have email accounts. I don't even look. Yeah, so Earth Shock and Flame Shock, they both share a cooldown. Flame Shock deals 21 damage immediately, 28 over 12 seconds. I think we'll probably just be using Earth Shock for the most part. Pre-patch hype. Pre-patch hype. Maybe. I've been trying to decide if there's any pre-patch hype for War Within. Is there any pre-patch hype for War Within? I guess it's going to be cool to have war bands. From like a gameplay perspective though, like not really. The world event thing for the catch-up gear doesn't even start until the 30th, so even though we're getting pre-patch next week, I don't think there's going to be any more story quest or any pre-patch event until the 30th. And I don't even know if there are story quests. Are there prologue quests? Like for the War Within in the pre-patch? I guess I really don't know. It would be nice if there was some kind of hype for like something Warcraft related. The hero talents go in. Yeah, the hero talents go in, but you can't spend any points in hero talents until you hit level 71. So even though the interface is going to be there, you don't really get to interact with your hero talents. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure you get your first point to spend in hero talents at level 71. You can look at them, I guess. Alright, that's all the tools we need. I'm gonna get back to the land here. We'll take the road down to Sen'jin Village as opposed to simply swimming down the coast. Ninja Turtle race will be playable? What are we talking about? No, I wish the Tortel. I wish we were getting the playable races in the pre-patch. We're not getting any. The Earthen are not being released in the pre-patch, nor is any other allied race. Sod Phase 5. What? And then I think even for the pre-patch event, I don't even know like what the item level of gear is. This is kind of this is an important question. I could probably find out. Oh, that's disgusting. So the gear that you get from the pre-patch event is item level 480. It's upgradable to 502. I don't really know like what currency you're going to use to upgrade it. But yeah, the gear from the pre-patch event is only 480. So my priest, my main character, doesn't need any of the gear from the pre-patch event at all. I guess I could take some other characters into the pre-patch event and get them a little bit of gear. Like characters who, like my paladin doesn't need it, my priest doesn't need it, my mage might need some of it. I should probably take characters that don't have any gear, like characters like the warrior. I have my arms warrior who we haven't really played. I could take them through the pre-patch event and get them a little bit of gear. That could be okay. You get 1 talent point when you choose hero talents. Oh, okay. So you get that one, like, ability. Oh, that's cool. Hey, at least it's something, you know? We've got 3 mics, one of them's lost it. Yeah. We've got too many mics in here anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not, like, super hyped about pre-patch. I'm really hyped about War Within. But not really, because it's a long time until it comes out. The pre-patch though, like unless there's story stuff, then I don't really know. We'll obviously check it out for a little bit. I'll get my warrior some gear. I'd like for my warrior to have a little bit of gear, because I'm gonna be playing my shadow priest as my main. But I really haven't decided who's gonna be my melee DPS yet. I'd like to have a ranged DPS and a melee DPS. And I don't know if it's going to be the paladin, because for whatever reason people just hate paladins. I'm sick of being on the butt end of their hatred. So maybe I'll take my Night Elf warrior as my melee. Get it some item level 480 pre-patch gear. Let it sit until some time in the future when I play it. It's paladinism, yeah. People just don't like rep pallies. They're too easy to learn and play, I guess.
Who you be? Later. See ya later. Talk to me. Spirits be with ya, man.
Let's go over here really quick. We'll do the centaur stuff first before we go out to the Echo Isles. That seems okay. Do I dislike Hunter in general? I dislike the Hunter class in general. I've never played an iteration of the Hunter class that I've super enjoyed. I just don't really like it. Like, I shoot a bow in real life. Like, I already do that in real life. I have pets that annoy me in real life. So I don't really feel a need to do those things in a fantasy world. I would much rather be hurling lightning, charging across the battlefield, like, I don't know. Yeah. It's not fantastical enough for me, since it's already something that I do in reality. Yeah, over the holiday weekend we actually went to the range and my son successfully shot a bow for the first time. The last time he tried, like a couple years ago, he just wasn't strong enough to pull the string at all. He couldn't even draw it, he got super frustrated with it. But I've been having him work out with me and stuff. He's been doing swim class, so this year when we went, he was much stronger and he was finally able to to draw properly. So that was really cool. Now we can do more of that together. Billy, good afternoon, buddy. Am I going to stream Turtle WoW? No, I have no plans to stream it. I think like putting recorded content up is fine, but I'm not going to stream it. Part of having the other channel and doing recorded stuff over there is so that I have a place where the recorded stuff can be mildly successful. Because on this channel, like, recorded stuff simply doesn't do well anymore. So I'm trying to build up the second channel as a place where I can move the immersive playthroughs. I don't have any plans to stream it. I think for me, it's just an experience that I kind of want to have the experience like on my own and just share that with you guys. And I don't have time for any more streams. You know, we're over here streaming like 4 hours a day typically. I barely have time to record my 1 hour of Turtle WoW a day. When War Within comes out, I don't really know how I'm gonna have time for anything. It's gonna be rough. It's going to be rough. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna handle like playing War Within yet. I think on this channel, obviously, like I'm gonna stream War Within, but I don't think I'm gonna read any of the quests. Like I'm gonna read the quest. I don't think I'm gonna read all the quests out loud on the stream. I think I'm gonna take my alt much more slowly, and I'm gonna read all the quests on my alt, and I'm gonna put those videos up on the second channel. And that way people can hang out with the stream like as I play, but they don't have to worry about getting like a bunch of spoilers if they don't want spoilers. And then the people who want to hear the quest read out to them can simply go watch the recorded series on the other channel. That's not definitive. I don't know if I'll do it that way or not, but it was something that kind of crossed my mind. Am I enjoying Turtle WoW? Yeah, I am. I'm enjoying it. To me, it's like enjoying fan fiction, though. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm enjoying it. In the back of my mind is the prevailing idea that it's not canon. It's not canon. Like, it is a cool experience. But yeah, it's like reading fan fiction. It's like reading good fan fiction. You're like, oh, this is enjoyable, but you know, it's not canon, so it just is what it is. Yeah, Turtle WoW is Classic Plus made by fans. Yeah, at this point, it's basically Classic Plus. They've added a bunch of quests to existing zones. They've fleshed out the existing stories in the zones. They've added new zones. They've added new races. They've added new 5-man dungeons. They're taking the game in a progression that does not go into Burning Crusade, but tells kind of an alternate tale. Yeah, it's Classic Plus, made by fans. It's fan fiction Classic Plus. Which is fine. It's an enjoyable experience. It's really shown me why we're not going to have a Blizzard-made Classic Plus. I finally understand, like, why Blizzard's not working on it, why they don't have any plans for it, why they probably don't have any ambition to do it. Because no matter what they do, like if Blizzard makes a Classic Plus, they're either going to kind of copy exactly what Turtle WoW has done when it comes to fleshing out the zones, adding more content, like finishing storylines. And then people are going to say, oh, you're just copying Turtle WoW. Look, Turtle WoW did a quest just like that. You're just copying them. Or they're not going to do it that way. And people are going to complain that it's not as good as Turtle WoW. So like no matter what Blizzard does, whether they try to follow like a similar formula or they try to do something different with Classic Plus, no one's going to be happy and people are just going to bash them no matter what. Either they're going to be copying Turtle WoW or it's not going to be as good as Turtle WoW. And so from Blizzard's perspective, why bother doing it? Fans have already done it. They haven't tried to shut those servers down. They're happy to let that server exist. And so that's like basically why Turtle WoW is why we're not going to have a Classic Plus. So it's like playing Turtle WoW is kind of bittersweet. Because like I said, I finally understand why they're not going to make a real Classic Plus. Only WoW players. The people would find a way to complain if they won the lottery. Only WoW players would. And we've been conditioned to complain about anything. Annex Turtle WoW and make it official. Yeah, I don't know. They're not gonna do that. They can't do it. It goes against corporate game design theory. Corporate game design theory says that only games made by corporate game designers are actually good game design. And if a game was designed by a non-corporate game designer, then that game design is not as good. And that's what they have to tell themselves to justify their expensive educations and their overly robust salaries. Is they have to be convinced that because they're applying their schooling, that the game designs that they implement are better than that of other people who have not had that same schooling and who don't work for corporate America. And so they can't simply take a fan-made project and say, this is really good, we're just going to use this. Because then they can't justify their bloated salaries. So, yeah, it's a no-win situation. We're looking for tigers, we're looking for raptor eggs, which, like, they're traditionally, like, really hard to spot the raptor eggs. I might end up turning ground clutter off so that I can better, like, visualize them. Blizzard stopped caring about good story decades ago. I don't know if they stopped caring about good story or if they simply stopped being capable of making good story. Also keep in mind that like as the guard changes every few years, like they get an influx of new people from like a slightly younger generation, and people's ideas of good storytelling just changes over time. I don't know. Yeah, like the story in WoW has never been amazing. The lore has always been really good. Like the lore is good, the world is good, but like the boots on the ground storytelling, the more they try to involve you with like boots on the ground storytelling and not leaving things like vague, the worse it's kind of gotten. It has its moments. Like Legion had a few good moments where like the storytelling was pretty good. Oh yeah, well that's my point. That's why when I say like they'd have to justify their salaries. Yeah, they know, they understand. That's why they can't say like this fan-made project is as good as what they would make, because then it would kind of negate the idea that they should be getting paid what they get paid to do what they do. I mean, they made SOD. Like people got paid money to make SOD. Like what a fucking embarrassment. It's absolutely shameful. Everyone thinks they're underpaid. Even though the reality is, like, they're based out of California, so... maybe they feel underpaid because they have to live in California, but if they were to take their Californian wages and go live anywhere else, they would be grossly overpaid. Like, seeing as how California is the most expensive place on the planet to live. It would really be nice if some new MMORPGs came out. And if we had some other options of some other games to play in this genre. That would be refreshing. Because then maybe all of these games would just get better if they had a little bit of competition. We actually have Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. If you're a fan of like more of a classic style of MMORPG, like more sandboxy, a little bit more grindy, Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is actually coming out to early access this December. Normal human beings who are not Kickstarter backers will actually be able to play Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. And the last build I saw like a couple weeks ago looks really freaking good. So I'm really looking forward to that now. And I hope it's good, and I hope people like it. I hope it stays in early access for a couple more years, and then gets some improvements and comes out to 1.0. Because it would be really great to have some other options to play in this genre. Because I feel like the environment for creativity is just kind of stifled at this point. There's a very low bar for like what's good or any kind of success. Ashes of Creation 2035, yeah, F Ashes of Creation, man. I'm starting to feel like Ashes of Creation devs are like taking the Star Citizen route. I don't think Ashes of Creation is ever going to come out to 1.0. They don't seem like they have any real desire to ever have the game be played by people. All Ashes of Creation is like it's constant scope creep. They're constantly adding features and showcasing new shit. And like nothing in the game looks really good. Every time they do a showcase of the game, it's like 40 people fighting a world boss. Like, ooh, big whoop, who gives a shit? You can stage 40 people fighting a world boss. Congratulations. Like, your game's been in development for 10 years. It's a joke. I didn't think Pantheon was ever going to come out either, but the last couple years they've actually been developing the game. They spent like 8 years twiddling their thumbs, and then they finally started to make decisions about what the game was going to look like, what the game was going to feel like, and now they're actually making a video game. And now people will actually get to play that video game. But Ashes of Creation, like I'm not interested in that at all. That's going to be a game where like the developers eventually cut and run. You can't have a game that's in development for over a decade and like expect that the game is ever going to come out. They've changed engines like 2 different times. We lost the new EQ in the Riot MMO. F the Riot MMO. Same thing there. Like, the fact that we lost the Riot MMO just shows like those people are only concerned with making money anyway. They're not concerned with making a great MMORPG. They never were. They never wanted to just make a great MMORPG. They always just wanted to make money. Finally, the bean counters realized that there wasn't enough money to be made in an MMORPG, and they shit-canned the project. Yeah, I wasn't excited for the Riot MMO anyway. Even if it had gone into development, it would have been another game that went into development for 8 years, and then eventually the project would have been cancelled no matter what. It was always going to be cancelled no matter what. Like, the MMOs that do come out, unfortunately, will probably be from, like, smaller studios going forward. Like, hopefully Pantheon is, like, a good game and kind of sets, like, a new standard for what an MMO should be. Yeah, we got swim class coming up. Yeah, I saw. Thanks for the early reminder. I appreciate it. Well, what are they doing about the AC, Amy? They think it was installed incorrectly. Does that mean they're gonna rip it out and reinstall it, or are we just letting it run and let things run its course until it completely breaks? Was there supposed to be a Lord of the Rings one? Yeah, Amazon was supposed to be working on a Lord of the Rings MMO. I don't know if they still are. I really don't know if that game is still in development or not. Mr. Santa, thanks for hanging out, buddy. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time. Yeah, there's lots of free MMOs, right. There's all kinds of like free-to-play gacha games right? Like you can go play Genshin Impact or one of those games. Like those games come out, like those get developed, they get released, they make money, and then besides Genshin, like you really don't hear about them ever again. I've never played Genshin Impact, so I don't know if it's like, despite its nature, like I don't know if it's a good game or not. I'm not an anime fan. I used to be when I was like in my teens and 20s, but it was something that I kind of grew out of. So when a game is like an anime style game, I just kind of turn a blind eye to it. I don't really pay attention to it. So I just kind of assume it's not really going to be my cup of tea. I should try Terrasland. Someone mentioned that before. Like recently. Like honestly, I avoid Eastern MMOs. The last Korean MMO or Eastern MMO that I played was Aeon. I'm sure some of you guys might be old enough to remember Aeon. And like Aeon was okay. It was very grindy, which at the time I was actually kind of okay with. You know, my guild went to Aeon for a little bit. We played Aeon for a while, and eventually we came back to WoW because it was Aeon. In other words, Amy, the AC went from being like, from working but making a shitty noise to now like it just doesn't work at all. Is that what I'm supposed to gather? It went from working but making a shitty noise to now they've looked at it and now it just doesn't work. And like you know as well as I do that work order is not going to get approved, so I guess we ought to, like, you know, we got a couple of cool days ahead of us, but I guess we ought to put the window units in the fucking windows. I really wish that if they weren't going to be able to fix it, I wish they'd have kept their fucking hands off of it and just not done anything with it, and we could have just like dealt with it making its shitty noise but still actually working. They told you to run it when absolutely necessary. Cool, I'm gonna run the fuck out of it, like, because they're not gonna fix it. Like, it doesn't matter. We already went the whole year when they decided not to replace it. You know, it's good that like their shoddy work the first time around is the reason why it's broken now. That's really nice. Alex, 12 months, man. That's a lot of support, buddy. I appreciate that. How's it going? It's a shitty day. It's been a shitty day. We got problems with the our central air unit's been making a shitty noise for the past couple months. Finally, someone came out and looked at it today, and they said that it's a newer unit. It was installed like last year, and they said it looks like it was installed incorrectly, and apparently one of the coils is busted. So yeah, it's just been a shitty day. Shitty day in paradise. Alex, you started the mage? Hey, that's awesome. I knew you were going to do a fresh start character. We did some questing over in the Tearsfall Glades earlier. Got a little bit ahead of the curve. I think I have to turn ground clutter off to see these eggs. How many eggs do we have? I don't know. We have one egg. One egg out of 3. My inventory's full. Inventory is full. We have our Hearthstone's on cooldown. I guess I should try to just go back to town and empty my inventory. That would be the responsible thing to do. The only character I ever lost to a disconnect was a mage. Yeah, it kind of makes a case for like playing a melee capable character in hardcore. And like that way, if you disconnect during combat, you have a chance to kill the mob with auto attacks. It actually happened once on the Paladin, the Bloodcell Buccaneers Paladin. I think we were in Swamp of Sorrows, and I disconnected once and came back in. We had melee attacked the mob down. Same thing happened on my mage in Loch Madan. I came back in and I was dead. Yeah, it makes like disconnects make casters like a scary proposition. I had just hit 20 on my mage. I was super excited to unlock portals. The game was about to open up immensely, and then I died. Never even got to train a portal. Does hardcore kill characters off instantly if in combat in DC? No, your character's still in the world. So like you have a chance if you're auto attacking. You have a chance to auto attack it down. Depending on what happens, you know, you may or may not come back in and still be alive. If you're a mage, you're dead. Like if you're something that relies on casting to do any damage, then yeah, you're 100% gonna be dead. And like I got back on the mage, I got back in really fast. I like as soon as I recognized I was DC'd, I alt F forward, I got right back in, and I was still dead. The mage died at level 20. Which is not the highest level character that I've lost, but still a bummer. How many hours? I don't know, actually. It could have been like, probably like 20 hours. 15 or 20 hours, maybe.
Hey there. Me seeing ya. Okie dokie.
How are you? Spirits be with you, man.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Just using scrolls on NPCs. Yep, for the win. Using scrolls on NPCs. Perfect. Perfect. What else do I want to do while I'm here? I have a crap ton of leather scraps. Let's go ahead and we'll do a little bit of leather working while we're here. You got a black bag in the first 5 minutes. Rip. Rip mage. It's a bummer. We could do a little bit of leather working, assuming we can buy some coarse threads.
You come get the voodoo.
Come get the voodoo. I will. Let's make one of these. I don't have these equipped yet, so let's make one of those. And then I guess we'll make a bunch of the gloves for skill ups. We're about to be capped out on leatherworking. We're level 10 now, so now we can train the next rank of it. There we go.
Bye-bye now.
That is all we can do.
You be careful, man.
Yeah, in reality, the only unlucky bag is the bag you don't get. Or the bag you get after you've already bought full bag slots. That's the only real unlucky bag. Everything else is just inventory space. Pretty sure we have to get to rank 50 before we can train heavy linen. So I'm just gonna make the rest of these. Most of them we're gonna sell.
Relax. Be good.
Yeah, in the end we went with skinning and leatherworking. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. So far we've been keeping up with it.
How you doing, man?
Alright, that's about as good as the inventory is gonna get. I really don't need all these mana potions. I'm gonna clear up a little bit more room. I really don't need the mushroom caps. I don't really need the faintly glowing skull. Okay, yeah, that's good. That is about all we can do. The meaty bat wings. If I was smart, there was a cooking recipe over in Tirisfal Glades I could have picked up. So I think I might try to hold on to the meaty bat wings. That way we can pick up that recipe later and we can cook them the next time that we're out that way. Alright, back to hunting for eggs. We need more trolls. We need Zalazane's head. And I don't know, we're not... Oh yeah, we need one more Duratar tiger fur. Alright, I gotta turn ground clutter off. Like, if I don't turn ground clutter off, I'm never gonna find any of these eggs. Let's do that. That'll make my life a little bit easier, and maybe we'll be able to get this quest done. Yeah, Patrick, that's funny. Yeah, you got it just as I was doing it. Yeah, like, I'll never find them otherwise. I'm sure I've ran past, like, a dozen of them. Yeah, see, like, right away I see some. As soon as I turn off the ground clutter, I see some. Dustin, I'm glad you're having a good time, man. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. It's not a WoW replacement. Not for me, at least. But for, like, a fan-made project, for, like, some good fan fiction, it's worth checking out. It's worth checking out because what it does, it'll give you perspective as to why Blizzard is not going to do their own Classic Plus. Like, after you play Turtle WoW for a bit, you'll realize, like, oh, like, this existing at all is why Blizzard is not going to do their own Classic Plus. So, it's been good to just kind of, like, wrap my head around that. Alright, here we go. This is the last. The last of the eggs. We can turn the ground clutter back on. There we go. Alright, now we're going after trolls. We still need a tiger fur. Mantar, good evening, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Can we agree that all races that don't wear shoes should be shunned? I mean, yeah. It really depends. Sometimes it's hard to play a troll because they just have two big toes. Except Tauren. Yeah. It just kind of sucks. Like, well, I mean, in Classic, like, a lot of your look comes from your boots. So, like, yeah, when you can't wear boots at all, it is kind of an impediment. I feel like they could get those troll feet into some extra wide boots. You know what I mean? But maybe all of the trolls' sweat glands are in their feet. And so maybe they can't, like, maybe biologically they can't cover up their feet because it would be, like, detrimental to their health or something. There could be, like, a physiological reason why. They could wear sandals at least. Yeah, fair enough. Some flip-flops. We are not getting any fur off of these tigers. Let's cross over to this other island and see if we have better luck. The cool thing is, from the look of the character models, whenever we get the Dark Troll playable race, they will be able to wear boots. Because they have normal looking feet with 5 normal looking toes. So at least there's that. Well, there we go. And that's everything. That is the entirety of the Echo Isles. Robert, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. This is the swimming stroke that my son still struggles with in his swim class. You have to bring your knees up, like, kind of towards your body without bringing them all the way. And then you have to move your arms at the same time. This is, like, the one stroke that he actually still struggles with. It's really funny, since he's been in swim class, like, I watched the swim animations, and I realized that when they made the swim animations, they looked up different actual strokes for swimming, and they gave the races different actual swim strokes. And I need to have him come, like, watch what the orc does, so that maybe he could figure out, like, exactly how to move his legs for that stroke. Video learning. You could do some video learning watching the orc swim stroke.
What you want?
I mean, to be fair, the only stroke that I do is I either do freestyle or I do backstroke when I get tired. I don't know if I could do it either.
Later.
Remote swim class, yeah, virtual swim class. This was kind of the breaststroke, sort of. Like, this character does do kind of like the breaststroke, yeah. But they all have different strokes. I don't know that anybody does a freestyle. Maybe the humans do freestyle. I'll have to pay attention next time. Okay, we are done here, actually. We got 4 minutes on the Hearthstone. I mean, I could just, like, run around for 4 minutes, and then we can hearth back to Razor Hill. I could probably make the run in 4 minutes, and we can just fight stuff on the way.
Crawl Hall. May your blades never dull.
Alright, so the next thing we would probably do would be to go back to Tearsfall Glades, work on all the level 8 and level 9 stuff over that way, and then come back again to Durotar, and just kind of keep handling like that. However, for today, I am going to have to stop for today. It's been quite a morning for me. I really appreciate you guys being here, even though it's been a little bit of a rough one this morning. We'll be back here tomorrow, but I have to get going for the day. I gotta get a workout in. I gotta take my kid to swim class in like an hour. So I am gonna go do that and just kind of end a little bit early. And we'll resume tomorrow. And we'll just see, we'll go from there. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you back in Azeroth again sometime soon. Bye for now.